Hi everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again. I have missed you guys, even though I've had videos going up the entire time we were off on our cruise. I've missed you guys. I've missed interacting with you. I've missed hearing from you, and I am so glad to be back home. You know, as many times as we travel and go to these places, and as much as I love to cruise and go to different places and experience new things and spend time with wonderful, wonderful folks. I'm going to start out this video crying. Oh my Lord. It is so nice to come back home again. You know, home really is sweet, and I am very grateful that we had this time away and that we were able to cruise, but I am just as grateful to be back home and be able to talk with you guys again. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try not to take it over an hour, you guys, but I have a lot to talk with you about. I've decided that I'm probably going to do a video, a standalone video about my cruise, and share some pictures with you and so on. And I'll probably do that this week sometime, just while it's fresh in my mind. I'm going to be blogging it, so, you know, of course, there'll be that too, but I'm obviously not going to be able to blog it in a week. You know, there's a lot, I have a lot of pictures and whatnot, but I can, you know, tell you about our cruise and share some pictures. I feel I'm going to share a couple of things with you today, but not as much as I want to share with you guys. So I think that video deserves a standalone video because I've got some shout outs to share with you along with my Q&A. Also, that's another thing. I'm changing the name. I've been saying I answer your questions, you know, to be the title of my Q&A videos, but we all refer to them, all of us, you guys and me and everybody, we refer to them as my Q&A Mondays. So that's what I'm going to start naming this, and I probably will even change the name of the playlist to be Q&A Mondays, you know. So from now on, that's what I'm going to name this, because that's, again, what we refer to it as being, and we're going to go from there, you know. I've got my tea sitting here. It is good to be back in this seat again. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen a tour of my house, I just put up an Easter tour. If you want to see that, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description for that tour. But I'm sitting in my dining room right now looking toward my hutch. I'm sitting at my dining room table. This is my foyer behind us. Front door is there, and that is the living room behind over there. And this is the front of our house. Not that I am not jet lagged at all this time, but man, oh man, you know, going on vacation wears you out, packing and unpacking and washing clothes and getting your house, blah, blah, blah. I've been a mess. So anyway, the first thing I want to do is share some of P.O. Box goodies with you guys. I went to my P.O. Box the day right before we left because I didn't want Kristen to have to worry, you know, about going out to the P.O. Box. Kristen did stay here and house sit and dog sit for us. The house is in great shape. Dogs are in great shape. She did a phenomenal job, and wait till you see what else she did for me. Y'all aren't going to believe this. But I want to go through this, and first off, right off the top, you guys, I'm going to cry, I know it. I've got to show you this. First, let me preface this by saying, please, please, please don't feel like you ever have to send me gifts. You know, you guys, I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all the gifts, but you don't have to send them. You know, I don't want you to ever feel like that you have to do that, because I don't expect it. I give of myself to you guys because I love you, and I love sharing my life and my crafting and my travels and whatever else I share. I enjoy doing that, and if I've inspired just one of you, which it seems I have, that's enough for me. I don't need gifts. But boy, did I ever get some. So I want to share a few with you. I'm not going to sit here and be a blithering idiot, but the first one I got this the day before we left for our trip, and I have to fully admit that I either misplaced or did not remember the letter that came with this. So I am so sorry that I cannot remember who gave this to me. So I'm full disclosure, I'm being honest with you guys. I don't want to, you know, put this up if you had asked for a shout out and say, oh, you know who you are, because I'm being honest. I, honest to goodness, do not remember. And I think it's one of my regulars, one of you ladies who are one of my regulars. In fact, I feel sure it is, but I just cannot remember, and I'm just been kicking myself. Chris even went through it with me. He couldn't remember either. We had so much on our minds. I'm not making excuses at all, but we did have a lot on our minds. But anyway, check out this beautiful, beautiful tote bag. And you know who this looks just like? That's why I think it was one of you guys who are with me all the time, and I'm so sorry I don't remember you. What this looks like, Sophie. Thank you so much. Please let me know who you are, please. And I'm so sorry that I don't know what happened. I've gone through all of my stuff here over and over again, and I just can't find you, so, or any mention of this. So I love it though, and will cherish it, and I will use it. I have it in the, I'm going to put it in the back of the van, and I'm going to use it for when I buy crafts or when I go to craft shows or whatever, something to carry my stuff in. You know, this will definitely be used for that. I would give you a shout out if I could, if you wanted one. Will in a future video, if you let me know who sent me this gorgeous, gorgeous tote. Thank you so much. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention, and I feel just like a big old heel. I am so organized, y'all know that, and I never misplace stuff like that. But anyway, I have some things here that nobody gave me permission to give them a shout out for, so I'm just going to show them to you. And then I have another pile here of things that, and people said I could use their names. So I wanted to mention this letter first. I got this today in the mail when I went to pick it up. I know there's a date on it, but I don't want to open it up. She did not give me permission, but but this is the one that saw me on the Coral Princess. Back in Alaska, you know. Oh my gosh, Chris and I got such a big kick out of what you said in your letter. I loved it. I loved it. Thank you so much for taking the time out to write to me and let me know that. And yeah, next time if we happen to be cruising together again, please say hey and tap me on the shoulder or come run and get me and say, hey, Arlene, you know. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But you're right, I did not mention in my blog about that everybody hacking and coughing on that cruise. You're right, I did. When you said that, I'm like, you know what, Chris, I didn't mention that. So, but you're right, there's a lot of sick people on that cruise, and that poor, they had to extend the hours, didn't they, of the clinic or of the medical office because there were so many people hacking and coughing, and oh my goodness gracious. So thank you so much for everything that you said in this letter. It was a lovely letter. I so appreciate you taking the time out to do it, and I'm shouting you out in that way. You know who you are because you're on the Coral Princess with me. I think that's so cool. Thank you so much for this letter. Thank you. Then I got me some more beautiful, beautiful pictures. And look, I love these. And again, I nowhere on here I could see that you wanted me to say your name, but I wanted to show your beautiful pictures. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love them. I will cherish them. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And I have little notes to tell me what they are here. This lovely lady said that her church, she said this is a pot holder, and a lady at church showed her how to make them. And she said these colors are like the ones you used in your Easter decor, and they are beautiful. I hope you like it, which I love it. And I cannot wait. I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna put it in just a second here. I do enjoy watching your videos very much. Thank you so much. Yes, we try to take good care of the house. Thank you. So this is what she's talking about. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Look. Absolutely beautiful. And you know where I'm going to put it? I've thought of two places. One, underneath where I keep my bread or fruit sometimes, to the left side of my cooktop. They're out in my kitchen. Or if I can get, I'm not sure what runner I'm going to be using, but if this pairs with the runner I put on my island and put my 3-tiered tray on top of that, wouldn't that be pretty? So one or the other. I'm not sure if I have a runner that will particularly go with this, but in the future I can always buy a solid runner and have this, you know, in the center. That would be really pretty too. I love it. I love it. It has many uses, and you know me, I'll find different uses for it, not just, you know, one thing. This will travel around in my decor, I feel sure. And then she made me this, which she says it's to put my iced tea or my glass on for cold drinks or warm drinks. I would imagine you could put your warm drinks on that too, huh? Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. I know the time it takes to do these crafts, girls, all of you who make me cards. Trust me, I know the work that goes in, and I appreciate every moment, every single moment, you guys. I'm not just saying it either. I'm not just saying that. I really, 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 really do appreciate it. I think y'all know that by now, but I wanted to say it anyway. So I'm going to leave those out because I'm going to utilize those. I'm just making sure she didn't want me to say her name. She sent me little notes to go along with that. I'm just making sure, reiterating that she didn't want me to use her name, or she didn't tell me I could. So I don't want to use your name if you don't tell me. No, I respect y'all too much. Way, way, way too much. Okay, and this came, I believe today. Kristen went and got 3 things out of the P.O. box one time when we were gone. I had gotten some out, some stuff right the day before we left, and then today we got like 4 things out. So I don't know what came when, to tell you the truth. But this lovely card came. Again, she did not give me permission to say her name, but this is not the first thing you've sent me, dear. And I appreciate every single thing that you do send me. Look at this pretty, pretty, pretty Easter card. Thank you so much. I love it. Absolutely love it. And this lovely card. Look at that. Isn't that pretty with the butterflies? Love me some butterflies. And it's got a little bunny on the back. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Definitely one of my regulars. You are my cup of tea. Check it out. Yes, ma'am. You're my cup of tea too. Thank you so much. Such a pretty card. And this one came today, and I'm thinking you might be okay with me saying your name. I think you said I was okay before, but I'm going to err on the side of caution today, dear. This lady is my backup. This lady, she takes care of me, and I appreciate all that. You know, she tells me if somebody's asked me a question and I maybe have missed it, or she warns me about stuff, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the help. You're my little partner in crime here, girl. And now you know who I'm talking about. She sent me this beautiful card and a little tote bag with butterflies on it. Isn't that pretty? That will go in my trunk or in the back of the van. I don't have my car anymore. In the back of the van with my little Newfie tote. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so those are all the people who didn't tell me for sure that I could say their names, but y'all know who you are, and thank you so much. I appreciate it so very much. Now these few here have said that I can use their name, and so I will. And then I'm going to move right on into, well, I'm going to save Teresa Myers. I'm going to save you for last, honey, because you have actually asked me some questions. So I'm going to show a few cards and a couple of things here. Then I'm going to show you what Kristen did for me, and then we'll move on into the Q&A part. First of all, whoops, I have this beautiful card here, and this is from Kathy Hamrick. Arlen, you are so, so sweet. God bless your family and your YouTube channel. Sincerely, Kathy. Kathy, I love it. It's beautiful. And you did an awesome job, girl. An awesome job. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. You know? In my book, you're the best card maker, girl. Yeah. You did a good job. It looks beautiful. Thank you so much. And check this out. Thinking of you, I just wanted to send you this book. Just a little gift. I made this card for you from Heidi. Please give me a shout out. Heidi, Heidi. Check out this pretty card. Look at that. I love it. Look at the couch. I love pink. Y'all know, well, y'all know I love pink. So, such a pretty card. And check out the little book she sent me. What is it? 25 ways to style your scarf. Yay! Y'all know I can use this. What a great little gift. Thank you so much, Heidi. I really appreciate this. I love it, love it, love it. Look at all different ways. Wow, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. And that was it, other than from Teresa, who I wanted to, I'm going to show you a picture because I can't really carry my camera to what she sent me, the cutest little bunny silicone light bulbs. And they have little ears and little pink eyes, I think, and I put them up on my mantle. So let me I'm going to put in a picture right here of those, where I put those cute little bunnies. Thank you so much, Teresa. I love them. I love them. I love them. And she sent me, I've gotten a couple of letters from Teresa and a beautiful card today. This beautiful card with a letter inside. But before I go on, because she's got some questions for me that I'm going to add to my Q&A. I'm going to start with her questions actually for my Q&A. But I wanted to show you what Kristen made for me while I was gone, you guys. As you know, I have just been putting Sam barking in the background. Chris is feeding him, and he's done eating, I think, and he needs to go out. And when he needs to go out, he gets more excited at that time than any other time. So one of our friends on our cruise said, you know, how will the dogs act when you get home? What will happen? And Chris said, oh, Sam, he'll get excited. He will be really excited. He'll get up. He did more than that. He about knocked me over, to tell you the truth, but that's about as excited as Sam gets. He doesn't get too excited. Anyway, I digress. Sorry. But look at this. I can't even talk. She took a notebook and she went and gathered my box. You know my box. This fits in my box, where I keep all of my letters and all of my cards and everything. And I'm not going to get up close because I'm not sure, you know, who. Actually, let me see. No. But anyway, she gave you all a label, every single one of you who sent me something. You all have your own labels. I'm going to put it back here so that you can't really see, but you can see the little tabs. And every single one of these is every single card, every single letter, every single anything I've ever gotten, except for gifts that don't fit, obviously, you know, which I have scattered about or I wear or, you know. But she gave you all a pocket folder, and she has inserted your letters and your cards and your pictures. And it's amazing what she did for me. It's amazing. I mean, you know, and I don't know how long it took her. Like, she has any time. This is my teacher, you know, Kristen, the one who stayed here at the house for us, you know. And I don't know where she found the time. And then she taped, I'm going to just turn it this way. She taped extra labels and extra, you know, I guess that's just extra tabs, self-adhesive tabs. And then she gave me extra extra pocket folders is what they are. They're top loader. If you're a scrapbooker, these are top loaders, you know. And all of these quotes, let me get it fixed here. I don't even know how long this took her to do, honest to goodness. And she's got lesson plans and everything else in the, you know, in the world to do. But all of her quotes are inspirational quotes. And she is something else, I'll tell you. How sweet was this? How sweet was this? Don't ever underestimate the impact that you may have on someone else's life. Who we are if not measured by our impact on others. Who are we if not measured by our impact on others? That's who we are. We're not who we say we are. We're not who we want to be. We are the sum of the influence and impact that we have in our lives on others. In life, you get what you put in. When you make a positive impact on someone else's life, you also make a positive impact in your own life. Don't use social media to impress people. Use it to impact people. Never underestimate the valuable and important difference you make in every life you touch. For the impact you make today has a powerful rippling effect on every tomorrow. Your life has purpose, your story is important, your dreams count, your voice matters. You were born to make an impact. You know, when your kid does something like this for you, that's pretty special, you know? So Kristen, if you're watching, thank you, honey, and I love you. Man, oh man. Well, that took me 23 minutes to do that. I don't have as many questions today. So hopefully I will be able to get through them. And I'm going to start out with Teresa, the one who gave me the bunny and the one who sent me this beautiful card. She had a couple of questions here first within her letters that I want to go ahead and try to answer. First of all, she said, remember the last time that I was on here for my Q&A, I didn't have any electricity because we had that really bad windstorm that came through here. Guys, we didn't get electricity back till, like I made that on Friday. We didn't get electricity back till Saturday night sometime. Of course, we have the generator, you know, which kept that side of, you know, that side of the house going, family room, kitchen. And, you know, most lights on and stuff. But we had no cable, we had no internet. I was like, huh. You know, I was grateful we had electricity, though. Very, very grateful. For sure, for sure. But, yeah, I think that perpetuated this question. Do the storms upset Samson or Gracie? They don't in this house as much. They did in the other house. In the other house, that family room was open to, like, on two sides. And it really got loud in that other house, with thunderstorms and rain, and you could hear everything. In this house, we don't hear it as much. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's just that the house is sitting in a different direction and most storms come from a certain direction or whatever, but we don't hear it as much. We don't hear the thunder booming. We do have helicopters going over a lot because we seem to be in line for like Quantico, and you know, we do have a lot of air traffic that goes across. You know, and they'll perk up a little bit and hear that sometimes, but honestly, it really has to be a very, 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 very bad storm for them to, you know, realize even something's going on. So when we were at the other house, Sophie would bark. There were two things that Sophie would bark at. She wouldn't bark when the doorbell rang. She wouldn't bark when somebody knocked on the door. She wouldn't bark when somebody came in the house, although I wouldn't want to meet her if you weren't expected. You know, she was quite a force to be reckoned with. But she would bark at thunder, and she would bark at fireworks. Gracie, I would say of the two, Gracie and Samson, I would say Gracie is the more timid of the two. Sam's pretty, you know, pretty mellow. But Gracie doesn't cry or whine. She kind of just cowers behind a chair, you know, or under our feet. She gets really close, you know, she gets really close. And if she could climb and has up on our laps, she would do that. But You know, Sam is pretty laid back, and, you know, he'll perk up and look and, you know, kind of maybe run from window to window once or twice, but he doesn't really get too scared. So I'm grateful for this house. I don't know what it is or why. You know, we don't hear it so much in this house, but I can't quit yawning, you guys. You can get me some caffeine. I don't know. Okay, now, Teresa also asked, I've been wondering how your daughter's tea in her classroom turned out. All the things you purchased were so very pretty. Did you get to attend? And have I been to the Caribbean before? We did that tea last May, and it turned out really well, really well. And I did not attend. It was going to be a really busy time with all of those parents in there, and I did not attend that day. I have been over to her classroom since. Chris and I went over, as a matter of fact, not too long ago, to take her something. So Chris made her a shelf for in her room to sit behind her desk. So we took that over and met all her students and whatnot. Gave some of the office staff hugs and some of the teachers hugs. She lives a wonderful, wonderful school that she works in. But I did not attend, but there is a video. If I can put a link to that little tea video, and I'll show you all the stuff that we did buy. Thank you for remembering that, Teresa. I feel sure they'll do that again for Mother's Day this year. I'm not sure if she's going to want to add to her stuff, and we bought it so that she could reuse it over and over again. So I'm not sure if she'll augment all that stuff or not, or what she'll get for this year. So I haven't heard much about the tea yet. They do have a little program they're doing for Easter, I think, and they're fixing to do that, I believe, this week. So. Or next week. Well, this week, because this will go up Friday, I believe. This coming Friday, they're doing that. And have I ever been to the Caribbean before? I have not. We have not been to the Caribbean before. Can you believe that? We have been cruising for a decade, and we had never, and most people, I think that's sometimes the first, you know, place that they go is the Caribbean. But we didn't. We went to Alaska first. And who was asking me? Was it you asking me, Teresa? Somebody was asking. No, it was you. Yeah. Oh. Alaska was the first place that we cruised. You said here, can you give me some pointers on how to get the best info for a couple who have never been on a cruise before, where we should go for the first time, etc. I'm probably not the best one to ask about that because our very first cruise was to Alaska. And now I've ruined myself. I can't go anywhere else because I love Alaska so much, honest to goodness. The Caribbean was very nice, don't get me wrong. And as I said, I'm going to do another video this week and tell you all about that and show you some pictures and whatnot. But I would choose Alaska over the Caribbean. I would choose Alaska over Hawaii. Yeah, I know, I'm weird. I would choose Alaska over pretty much everywhere just because... Maybe because I know so much about it now and because we've done it so often, but I just don't get the feeling that I get in Alaska anywhere else, you guys. I have to be honest. The Caribbean was beautiful. It was. Most places. But a lot still have hurricane damage. You know, remember from those hurricanes last fall, summer and fall? But you just don't get the feeling, the majestic feeling that you get when you go to Alaska. I am the admin in a group on Facebook, though. If any of you who are planning to go to Alaska, I'm an admin in 2 groups, and I can give you links in the description. One for Alaska and one for all over cruising. And we have the one for all over cruising is a newer group, and we've got about 1,000 members in there. It's not as big as the Alaska group. I think the Alaska group has over 5K now in there. And, you know, we're building up. Well, there's a plethora of information in the Alaska group. I believe one of you guys found me actually in there. So if you're on Facebook, you can certainly, you know, come into one of those groups. And like I say, I'm one of the admins. I'll approve you or somebody else will your entry. But I would suggest, Teresa, honestly, that you get yourself a travel agent. It doesn't cost you any money to get a travel agent. I am not a travel agent, so I mean, I could help you with anything with Alaska, but for other cruises, I'm not. With Princess Cruises, I could help you somewhat, but not as much as a travel agent who specializes in traveling could. You know, he or she could help you with airfare and, you know, accommodations and whatnot. I would make a couple of suggestions, one of which would be to fly in or drive in, whatever, the day before your cruise is to start. Because if you miss that sail away, buddy, you've missed your ship. And, you know, so you never know what's going to happen with flights if you try to get there the day of. Most cruise ships leave around 4:30 in the afternoon, and to get there on the same day, unless you're just an hour or so away from the cruise port, you know, I wouldn't try that. So those are some suggestions, Teresa. But I would highly recommend a travel agent. Most definitely, a travel agent is your way to go for that. So, okie dokie. Let me get my Q&A over here. I have not even looked at this, you guys, since I've gotten home, but I've glanced at it just to make it bigger so I could see it. Here. Let's see. And I started collecting these, you know, right after my last Q&A, which was, what, 2 weeks ago. So, I'm sorry you guys had to wait so long for me to answer your questions, but obviously I wasn't in town, and I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to respond to you guys. You know, I like to be able to respond if there are ever any questions, or also assure you that I've gotten your question and that it is in the Q&A. Also, if I've missed anybody and I've missed your question, that is highly possible because I did not have a lot of internet. I did the best I could while I was gone, and I did answer as much as I could while I was gone. I believe there was one video that only got hearts just because I was not in a place I was paying for my internet, like a lot of money. So I did not, I just didn't have the time, and I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars, you know. That's just not feasible, you know. So if I've missed any of your questions, please forgive me, and please ask me again, and I'll get it for next week's. And if you want me to continue doing this, let me know, and I will continue to answer, and just ask me the questions, and then we'll do it next Monday. We'll start our Q&A Mondays until we start waning on the questions again, and then, you know, we'll take a couple of weeks off. I don't have anything planned, any trips planned in the near future. So anyway, all right, here we go. Number 1 from Sharon Cummins. Thank you, Sharon, for this question. Do you have any tricks to attaching stuffed bunnies or bears to wreaths so that it doesn't show? I am assuming you're asking me about bunnies and bears that you want to reuse, maybe in another capacity that you might want to take off of your wreath and use somewhere else in your house after you're finished with that particular wreath. I usually try to find either ribbon that I can tie around its neck maybe and pull it in and around the wreath part and tie them on that way, you know. I sometimes put a jute twine around their belly or around their neck underneath a ribbon maybe and tie them on. I usually tie them on. I don't use glue. Or I use cable ties, you know. Cable tie them on. They work really well. Cable ties. Cable ties are like the magic thing in the whole wide world for me. I love them. So that's how I would do it, really and truly. I don't like to ruin, you know, like I use Boyd's Bears, like in the purple room upstairs, that wreath that I have up there, I have that bunny tied on with jute twine because the jute matches the bunny's fur, you know. So if you can find something to match, a cable tie to match, or a twine, or a ribbon, or something to match, you can just tie them on. Even if it's a grapevine wreath, just tie it around the grapevine wreath, or see if you can weave it in through the grapevines, you know. A lot of it, though. A lot of it. Another thing that works, too, if you can't quite get it through there, use a big safety pin. See if you can get that through and pull the ribbon through, you know. Kind of weave it through there. So, the ribbon, you know, to pull the ribbon through so you can tie the whatever on, bear, bunny, whatever. I hope that helps. That's what I would try to, that's what I have done. And that's, you know, because you know me, I switch things out all the time, so. I hope that helps, Sharon. I hope that answered your question. All right, number 2, Chrissy Shavers, C-H-A-V-E-R, Chavers, maybe? Let me apologize up front if I'm butchering anybody's name. I have a question. Have you ever decorated with bird cages like they sell in Michael's? If not, would you consider making a video on decorating one? I'm not sure I've seen bird cages in my Michael's. Then again, I have not been looking for them. So, but yeah, of course I would consider, if I find one that I like and that I can think of a place to put one here in my house. You know, as you all know, I do not create my, I do not do my crafts, or I don't have an Etsy shop. I don't sell my stuff. You know, whatever I make either goes as a gift to my family, or really good friends, or here in my, you know, it goes with the decor in my house. And up to this point, I haven't thought to buy a bird cage. That's not saying I won't. I think it would be really cute out on my front porch, as a matter of fact, if I could, a big one. I think I'd want to get a big one though, you know, and figure out some way to decorate it. But yeah, if I get to that point and I find one I really like, sure, I would absolutely consider doing it. It sounds like fun. And I love a challenge, y'all know that. So, but I haven't seen any in my then again, I haven't been in Michael's in like 3 weeks, so I haven't seen much in the last, you know, several weeks, so I don't know. I did go into Joann's today. I have a haul to share with you too next week. I've got videos backing up on me now, you guys. I've got a haul to share from Joann's with you later in the week too. Here we go. Back off and running. All right, number 3. Foxy's Jewelry Creations by Brenda DiMartino. My question is, did you have your furniture before you built the house, or is it all new? It is not all new, but a good bit of it was new when we purchased the house. I'll explain. Furniture that I'm sitting at right now, my dining room table, the hutch. This furniture we've had for like 30, and the sideboard, or the table and the hutch we've had for like 3 years. The sideboard we've had for probably 25 years. This piece right over here is my grandmother's. I've had it for several years. It was handed down to my mom and then to me. The secretary that's sitting over right there, that was my grandmother's. And that little table was my grandmother's. I have a good bit, especially in these 2 rooms, they're filled with, you know, keepsakes and antiques, you know, that were in my family. The rest of the furniture throughout pretty much the rest of the house, as a matter of fact, that couch, this couch, those 2 chairs, the chairs, the couch and chair we just got new in the family room, leather couch and chair. And the hooker furniture, my table and chairs in the kitchen, that big hutch, my TV credenza, and the desk, and the corner shelf. That was not hooker, the corner shelf, but hooker furniture is the table and chairs, the big hutch, the desk, and the credenza. Were all ordered several months before we moved in, and our local furniture store held them until we were ready for them to be delivered. So all of that furniture was new when we purchased this house, because the furniture, we did a whole different design in this house. I mean, a whole different color scheme in this house. In our other house, it was very light oak colors. And we decided when we moved in here, we wanted a more medium brown, darker tones, more classic, if you will, tones for us. That's just our personal opinion. Our cabinets are darker. In the other house, they were light oak. The floors are darker. So we wanted a darker furniture. And Chris is actually the one that found the hooker, and actually knew that the size of that hooker furniture, which is really big furniture, would fit this house, and it does beautifully. So I give him all the credit as far as that furniture, the table and chairs, and the hutch especially, and the credenza and the desk. He picked out the desk. The desk is a beautiful desk. I mean, it's all really pretty. I feel very grateful to have it. Very lovely furniture that will last us for the rest of our lives, for sure, and hopefully our kids beyond. I mean, this is classic furniture. It doesn't go out of style. Even my dining room furniture, classic Queen Anne legs, you know, and such. It doesn't go out of style. Now, that doesn't have Queen Anne legs out there, but it, you know, very classic furniture. I'm all about my decor, basic decor, being of a classic in nature, so that I can add color through my decorating, through my wreaths, through my lantern centerpieces, through pictures on the wall, and so on. I'm not a big fan of colored walls in bedrooms and colored walls, one color in one room and another. I did do the laundry room. Vicki, I know that's your favorite. I did do the laundry room in that butternut color. And if I had other furniture or other things that would match that throughout, I would put that throughout. But I really want this greige that you can see here on these walls, this greige. I really want that throughout the house. And hopefully that will happen one day, but that would be up to Chris. That's not me. I don't paint. I don't paint anything. I don't paint letters. I don't paint. I'm terrible. Just ask Chris how terrible I am at painting. I really am awful. Oh, but anyway, I hope that answered. I went go on and on and on. I just ramble on along, don't I? Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Okay, thank you, Brenda. That was a good one. Okay, number 4, Kelly Behr, 45. Arlene, may I ask what your favorite color is and what colors are in your bedroom? Thanks. My favorite color to wear is teal. I would say one of my favorite colors is teal. I also like to decorate with teal. I'm wondering if you're asking me about decorating. Probably so, huh? I like pink to wear too, though. I like pinks and burgundies and green in the teal color, not Kelly green. No, we don't want that. Makes Arlene look yellow. That's not attractive. No. But teal green, like a teal or even a light green. I like that. But pinks and purples is one of my favorite to decorate with. Well, y'all can see. I also like a nice green that I've been trying to incorporate in the other side of the house, actually, and will be trying to incorporate more moving ahead with the Pioneer Woman and stuff. I like khakis and burgundies and red. Red is one of my very favorite colors to decorate with, and teal, a dark and deep teal is another favorite. Silvers, black wrought iron, the sky's the limit with me, really. I don't care for a canary yellow, but that's just me. But I've seen some people do, like Laura Ashley, like that blue with a canary yellow. Oh, that's beautiful. Something like that would be pretty. But I'm not one to have a lot of yellow in my house. That's just me. That's just my personal taste. But pretty much anything else, I'm ready to go. Hope that answered your question. And my computer went to sleep, sorry. I'm talking so much my computer goes to sleep. That's pretty bad. Okay, Kelly, thank you so much. All right, Miss Addie, number 5. Hi, Erlyn. Hi, Addie. Since you're taking a couple weeks off from your Q&A segment, I have one to place on hold, haha. Number 1, growing up, did your mother bake you a special cake for your birthday? Hers always did. And 2, how do you and Chris celebrate your anniversary every year? Do you go out to dinner? You have a candlelight dinner at home? Go to a movie? Celebrate with family? All of the above we've done, in the past. As far as we are concerned, as far as my mom was concerned, my mom probably would have been more apt to go and have family over and all get around a cake, not necessarily one that she baked, but, I don't remember her baking a special cake for me for my birthday every year. Birthdays, it was, Christmas was our big time to celebrate as a family. Birthdays, we would say happy birthday and we'd get like one gift. I'd get one gift. I'm an only child, and it wasn't I wasn't fond of her, like, not that you were, Addie, I don't mean that. In any way, shape, or form. Oh my goodness. I don't mean that. But I wasn't, it wasn't a big deal, I guess, or something. I don't know why. I mean, we make a big deal out of birthdays now. I mean, it's happy birthday and you say happy birthday to you, we do all that now, but I don't know. You know what, you guys? I said this, I did a Facebook Live while we were in one of the groups, and a lot of my childhood, and this is terrible, but a lot of my childhood kind of runs together. I think because I grew up in the same small town and I went to school with the same kids. Love y'all, if you're watching, for sure. And I lived in the same house the entire time I grew up, from birth till when I stepped outside the house and moved into Chris's house. A lot of my years run together. Isn't that awful? That's awful. And I just don't have, a great memory for specific birthdays or specific times. I feel really bad, Addie. I don't know. I'm sorry. But as far as Chris and my, you know, we celebrate somehow, some way, you know, out to dinner sometimes. Not sure we have a lot of candlelight dinners, but we have before. You know, we do go to movies sometimes. And we just celebrate each other every day, honestly. We do. I'm so grateful to have him in my life, have been from the very first moment I met him. He's truly my soulmate, you know. I do not know what I would do without him. I do not know. And yeah, I depend on him a lot, and he depends on me, but I don't mean that way. I mean just my heart would break into a million pieces. Sorry, Addie. I hope that answered your question, Sonny. All right, number 6, Katie Eddington. Hi, Arlen. 2 words, pip berries. Tell us your history with pip berries. How and when did you get started using them? That's a good question. I believe I use them in my decor in our other home. Here and there. Not like I do here. But I did have knowledge of them before we moved in here because we found them for the staircase. But I never could find them around here. I never could find them in any of the stores too much. And when I did find them, they were really pricey. And I was like, you know, I just never wanted to spend the money. You know, my money went for other things. So when we moved in here and we were looking for something for the staircase, because I had, you know, said that I had the desire to light up the staircase and to have something on the staircase all the time. And that's when we found, I don't know who found them, whether Chris did or I did, but we were both searching the web at the same time for something, you know, that would work on the staircase. And then we found the Pipberry Barn that I'm always shouting out, Pipberry Barn, Pipberry Barn, scrolling across for you guys. And that's where I ordered, you know, many garlands. I don't know how many I have up there, probably 7 or 8, I would imagine, up there. And we wrapped them with white lights. And that started my love affair with pipberries. Then I, you know, expanded on that and started using them in my lantern centerpieces and now in my lantern swags and as accent pieces and as picks here. And, you know, y'all know, you see them everywhere. So that's how it started. Pretty much more when we moved into this house. And we'll be in this house 5 years this fall. Wow. 4 years, 5 years, something like that this fall. So that's where it began. Highly recommend the pipberrybarn.com though. I have never found pipberries as pretty as they have at the Pipberry Barn. Okay. Number 7. Linda Bullock. I have a question for your next Q&A. Would Chris be okay with you showing us any progress he has made in your downstairs area, as he always seems to be busy doing something as busy as you? Let me see if I can read. Area, as he always seems to be busy doing something, as are you. Looking forward to watching your next video. Thank you for the question, Linda. I have talked to Chris about this, and he said when he does get to do something down there that he'll be glad to let me show it. But he hasn't. We've obviously been busily about and off on vacation. And now that spring is, I just talked to him about this again this morning. And he says now that spring is coming along, he said he's not going to be working in the basement. You know, he'll be working outside in his flower beds and, you know, working on the mowing the grass. And when he can be outside, he's outside, you guys. He doesn't stay in the house much during the day. And in the evenings. I mean, he's outside piddling and doing this, and I don't know. I always say he's counting his blades of grass or something out there. He finds something to do. So that's what he'll be doing. So don't expect to see anything like that probably till next winter, honestly, because he just doesn't work on it down there. He did we already had it plumbed in for a bathroom down there, and he did order a toilet and a tub, which came, but he has not installed anything. So I'm not sure when that'll get done. But whenever it does, yes, he said I could. So, all right. Thank you, Linda. Number 8, Letitia. Hey, girl. Have you ever thought of doing a live show where we could talk to you, etc. I have, Letitia, haven't figured out quite how to do that yet. I've been talking to my buddy Kim over there at Sweet Daisy Creation. She's done a couple of lives, and she told me how to do it, and I just have not been around and haven't done it yet. So hopefully I will maybe figure that out sometime here in the future. But yes, I have considered it. I just haven't done it yet. Okay, number 9, Christina, One Craft Tattooed Mama. Why do you only use big cable ties? Well, because of my fingernails. And because I can't see without putting my glasses on. So those are the 2 reasons why. I don't like to have to fiddle around with a small cable tie. I would rather use a big cable tie and cut it down. They are not expensive. Doesn't hurt anything if I use a larger cable tie, and that's why I use them. Because of these fingernails, these talons get in my way, you know. I have a hard time grabbing the little ones. Plus I can't see the little ones, and I'm having to stop and put my glasses on when I'm trying to, you know, trying to manipulate my crafts, and that doesn't work very well. So I just use the big ones. I tried using the little ones and they don't work. So that's why. Okay, number 10, Beverly Bridale, I bet. Hi, Arlene. I love everything you do, and I was wondering if your daughters have your knack for decorating. I have 3 daughters who share my love for creating. Thanks for sharing your skills with us. You are so welcome, girl. And my girls are very crafty, as you could see with my book here from Kristen. They are very different in how they do their crafting. Both are very talented, though, and have very creative minds. They're both musicians, and they, you know, very artistic. Both of them can draw beautifully. Their handwriting is gorgeous. They scrapbook beautifully. They make, I would say, the decorating, I would say Candace is more of the decorator. My younger one is more of the decorator, whereas Kristen is more of the crafter, I would say. Although Candace could do it and Kristen could do it, they could switch roles and handle it, I think. But Kristen always says, Mom, I could never make one of your bows. I don't know that she's ever tried. Well, I think she has. And she says, I can't make those bows. I don't know how you do that, you know. Whereas Candace, I think, would be able to do that. So, but yes, both very, very, Chris is very talented too. He does a lot. He has a very artistic mind, even though he's an engineer. He's kind of the best of both worlds, you know. He's very, very creative, and he sees things that I don't sometimes, you guys. I tell you, he's my eyes and ears sometimes, because sometimes I'll go, does this look all right? And he'll go, yeah, or no, well, you might want to, you know, you might want to tweak that, you know. And I trust him. So I guess the girls were kind of doomed to have an artistic kind of way about them, huh? Which I'm appreciative, you know, especially when those, I didn't show you the side. When those crafts come to fruition like this did, huh? Amazing. All right, let's see. Okay, Beverly, I hope that answered your question. Number 11, Sandy Grubb. I knew a Grubb. Wonder if you're related. Probably not. Do you ever get bored after July when there aren't holidays, or do you have other projects you work on? I don't usually get bored, Sandy. There are times of the year that I'm kind of, you know, like, what do I do now? You know, I'm always looking to the next thing. Like right now, I'm like, just finished Easter, and in 2 weeks, you know, Jeanette, I think you came up with, oh, look, in 2 weeks, you'll get to change it all out again. And I'm like, ah, you know, because I work a long time on one decor, you know, season or holiday or whatever. So I'm always thinking of what's coming next. So after I do the Pioneer Woman, I will probably morph right on into some patriotic decor after that. And then that will stay up for the summer, usually the rest of the summer. And then I'll start on my fall in September, probably. Beginning of September, I think, is when I'm going to start my fall series this year. So, but yeah, no, I really don't get bored. You know, right now I have like I say, I have a shopping haul to share with you. I've got my Caribbean to share with you, cruise, and another Q&A if you guys want next Monday. And I still have more organizing videos, goodness knows, that I could do, and I just didn't have the chance. I had to start in on my Easter stuff. pretty quick there, you know. So I got my ribbon organized, which needs to be touched again. And, you know, so I've got a lot to do. So I do try to take advantage of the down times or the times between seasons or holidays to get myself organized and reorganized so that I always know what I have, because I love to reuse things. I don't want to have to, I do go out and buy some things because, to be honest, since I've gotten my Facebook, my YouTube channel, I've upped my decor. You know, I've really kicked it up a notch, you know, even a little bit more than it was, which I didn't even know was possible, you know, but I really have kicked it up a notch. So, you know, I try to keep an eye out on everything that I have. So, but I very rarely get bored. I don't let myself get bored. I do my blogging. You know, I have the whole Caribbean cruise to blog now. I've kind of given up on my, which I'm kind of sad about, given up on my crafting blogging because I'm doing so much vlogging, you know. So I don't have enough hours in the day, though, to tell you the truth. I wish I had more hours in the day that I could, and I move and shake, you guys know, all day long. So, okay. So I hope that answered your question, Sandy. All right, number 12, designing like Holly. Hey, Holly. How's Miss Gracie's limp doing? She asks. She's doing okay. She's doing okay. We put rugs down again like we did for Sophie when we were gone. And that little imp, she has been avoiding every rug. So Chris picked him up this morning. He actually picked him up. And he vacuumed for me this morning, bless his heart, as I was putting up my video this morning. I put up a video about what's in my carry-on and my must-haves for my cruises. So if you didn't see that, that was Friday's video. And he vacuumed, bless his heart. And I so appreciate when he does that. She's doing okay. She's doing okay. We have upped her pain meds. She gets gabapentin in the morning and then when she eats in the evening. So, but she's getting along okay, you know. She'll let us know, you know. I can't think about that. Okay, one more question, number 13, lucky 13. From Judy G. Smith, 960. If you are taking questions for your Q&A, I think she asked me this. I think you asked me this on Instagram, Judy, didn't you? I think I got this the other day. What type of camera do you use and what do you use to edit? What I'm using right now is my iPhone. And what I have been using for, I would say pretty steadily for the last year, is my iPhone. Only because, like, for instance, I've got my highlighter sitting here because I highlighted some of Teresa's questions. Like, for instance, when I go to show something, my iPhone is much better at keeping it and me in focus at the same time. See that? When I use my other little camera, sometimes it has a mind of its own, and I'm sure there's a setting that I don't know about, but when I use my DSLR camera or I have another little camera, it doesn't focus as well, and it drives me crazy. Also, I can only do 30-minute videos and then it cuts off on me. Even though I do edit and use an editing program, which I'll tell you about in a second, I still don't like it to turn off on me because invariably I don't realize, unless I'm doing something like this. When I'm crafting, I don't always look at the camera, you know. So when I'm crafting and if the camera's turned off, I might be 5 or 6 steps ahead of myself and get really frustrated if the camera turns off after 30 minutes. And as far as I know, there's no setting that you can tweak with that either. I do use that for my home tours though a lot because the sound is so much better. You can hear me better with that camera. But pretty much my iPhone. And I have a selfie stick. Somebody asked me, oh my land, you guys. One of you somewhere, I am so sorry, when I was on vacation, I believe, asked me about, or right before I left, about a selfie stick. And which selfie stick? It's in an email. I will answer your email. If I haven't, hopefully you'll get that email this weekend, honey. Or you got it last weekend. I'm so sorry. I have it still sitting in my email. Somebody asked me what my selfie stick is. And I love my selfie stick. So, but that's what I use, my selfie stick, and it has a tripod with it, or a, you know, I can make it into a tripod. So, So there we go. That's the camera that I use. And then as far as my editing program is concerned, I use a program that came with my MacBook Pro. I use Apple products. I use an Apple computer. And Chris got me a really, really good one for Christmas this year because my YouTube has, as you guys know, kind of taken off on me. And he got me a really nice computer. And I use iMovie. That's what I use. And the iMovie came with the MacBook Pro. Comes with all Macs, I believe. And I've really learned how to use it since I started my YouTube. And, you know. Also, too, somebody else mentioned, I think in one of my letters today, that she had seen my dog videos. If you guys look to the right on the page that you're looking at right now, I believe somewhere it says other channels. You'll find my other Noof Mama channel. Noof Mama, I think. And I'll try to remember to put a link in the description, but if you want to go there and see some old videos of my pups, that was my very first YouTube channel years and years ago. You can tell I hardly have any subscribers on it. But if you would like to see more videos of my dogs and my past dogs, some of my past dogs, Maddie, I believe is in some of those. Maddie, our Bernese Mountain Dog, is in some of those, and Sam at the nursing home, and some videos that I made in that time before I started my crafting video. Also, too, I have Arlene's Travels, you know, that you guys have seen, and I don't have very many, although I think I have more because I did share it. I'm up to like 400 and some subscribers on my Arlene's Travels. Feel free to although I double post pretty much here and there, so sometimes I put stuff there that you guys might not see here. So feel free to subscribe though over there if you want. I don't ask for subscribers usually anywhere, and I don't ask for you to hit the bell, and I don't ask for you to hit the button or anything like that. I figure if you want to follow me, you will. And I appreciate it when you do. I appreciate you all so very much. Before I go on with my ending statement here, I'm going to share a picture with you, one picture with you. And I might put a little video here of myself with these ostriches so that you guys can get a kick out of that funny little video of me feeding these ostriches. Check it out. Look at me. I look as big as life, don't I? Oh my goodness. But wait till you see the video. Oh my land, talk about this double triple chin woman, but whatever. So cute. I volunteered to be the first one to feed the ostriches, and he let me feed them. So I'll put that little video.
Oh, look at that. Look at the camera. Look at him go. You know why this is the safest way? If you present the bowl this way and you look at the animals while they're nervous, they're nervous and also in still kind of funny things. If you turn around, you give them your trust. They're only listening to the food.
See, I told you I have like 5,000 different things. I've got many irons in the fire, but I wanted to show you these cute little pants that I have on. For all you plus size ladies out there, these are on sale at Avenue right now, and I think they're like $23 or something, avenue.com. And I got the pair I have on, then I got another pair, and I'm fixing to order maybe another pair here in a little bit because I got a coupon. But I'm going to get up here. Wait a minute. Let me move my chair. Check out these cute little pants. Aren't they adorable? Look, aren't they cute? And they're tight around the ankles. Aren't they cute? And they have pockets. They have little pockets. And they're called joggers. And they are so comfy. And I wore a couple of pairs of these. Like I said, I have these. Let me go get the other pair. I'll be right back. And I got these. Aren't they cute? I just love them. They're so soft. Check out the ankles. Excuse me, they were just washed. And I wore them with little black, well, I could have black flats on. I have like hose on right now, but I have little black flats on with them. Or if you're short, if you wore like a pair of high heels, cute little, or little kitten heels, wouldn't that be cute with these? Oh my goodness, so cute. And they are so comfy. I did order up a size in them though, we'll tell you that, just because I don't like anything hugging my hips. And if you don't have a lot of hips though, you could probably go with your regular size. They have an elastic waist on them. Hang on. See? And they give, you know. So I just wanted to suggest these to you while they're on sale at Avenue. If you want to go check them out. They're really cute and comfy, cozy. So, stepped out of my black slacks box, didn't I? Anyway, that'll do it for this one, you guys. It's so good again to be back and be able to talk with you guys again. And I can't wait to hear from you. And thank y'all for stopping by, as I said, to see what I'm up to and to listen to my Q&A and hear a little shout out about my P.O. box. And I guess that's it. Let me just say that I hope that everyone is doing well and that your health is going along as it should, and that there's nothing that's pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or where it should be. And I hope that you're going through your days with no pain. And if you do have pain, I hope you have something to help you get through with medication or meditation or whatever you might use to help. I missed you guys. Love y'all to pieces, every single one of you, and thank y'all so much. So I will just say, until next time, which will be this week with something, not sure quite yet what, at least a haul. I know that from Joann's. But other than that, I'm not sure. So, but for now, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.